the balance. International efforts intensify to ease Gaza's humanitarian crisis and secure the release of hostages. Ravindra Chauhan's report for DT India.
Brazilian Finance Minister Fernando Haddad says his upcoming talks with U.S. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent will pave the way for an eventual meeting between U.S. President Donald Trump and his Brazilian counterpart Lula da Silva. Trump has announced a 50% tariff on Brazil. This report has the details.
US and Brazil are showing willingness to talk amid tensions over tariffs. US President Donald Trump has said that his Brazilian counterpart Lula da Silva can call him anytime to discuss tariffs.
Are you open to tariffs?
He can talk to me anytime he wants.
What is on the table for Brazil?
Well, we'll see what happens, but I love the people of Brazil.
What evidence do you have?
Mr. President, why you trying to do I love the people of Brazil.
So why do people
Marine
tariffs? They don't
close
seem
to
to be
Russia.
related to trade,
Because
Mr.
the
President.
people running Brazil did the wrong thing.
The US president slapped a 50% tariff on Brazil starting next week to fight what he has called a witch hunt against former Brazilian President Jair Bolsonaro, who is on trial on charges of plotting a coup following his election loss in 2022. The US also announced sanctions on a Brazilian Supreme Court justice who has been overseeing Bolsonaro's trial. Lula has rejected both the sanctions and the tariffs, calling them unacceptable interference in Brazil's justice system. Although later, without mentioning Trump, Lula said that Brazil has always been open to talks. Welcoming Trump's openness to negotiate, Brazilian Finance Minister Fernando Haddad said his planned virtual meeting with U.S. Treasury Secretary next week will pave the way for an eventual meeting between Lula and Trump.
I
think it's great, and I'm sure the feeling is mutual. President Lula would be willing to receive a phone call from him whenever he wanted as well. As I said before, it's very important that we prepare for this meeting, for this conversation. Today, once again, I had contact with US Secretary of Treasury Scott Bessent's team, so we can have a meeting next week. So finally, the longer meeting is more focused on the unilateral decision of the United States regarding Brazil.
Meanwhile, Brazilians held protests over the tariffs, saying that the US was interfering in their country's economic affairs. Bureau Report, DD India.
A war of words between Donald Trump and top Russian official Dmitry Medvedev has ignited Cold War fears, with nuclear threats flying and submarines moving. Trump ordered the deployment of 2 US nuclear subs after Medvedev invoked Russia's doomsday system.